When you try your best but you don't succeed. When you get what you want but not what you need. When you feel so tired but you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse. And the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. High up above or down below. When you're too in love to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know just what you were. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face, tears stream down your face. I promise you I will learn from my mistakes. Tears stream down your face, lights will guide you home.
Hey guys, Leah Franklin. So, lots and lots of stuff kind of going on right now, but not a whole lot going on right now. I finally went and saw another doctor. It was actually the doctor that delivered my daughter today, and I've been in and out of the doctor's office trying to figure out what's going on with me, because I've had some really bad pelvic pain for the last like 4 years, and it's really starting to affect my marriage and have problems, and it's really starting to affect my work and just life and period. And so I had a bunch of tests done, and I have like a history of just mass problems with my body in the women's department. And so I finally got kind of an answer and a relief and a fix, or a possible fix for the situation today, which is absolutely wonderful, but it doesn't sound like fun. So I'm going in on the day after Thanksgiving. The doctor believes that I did some research, and I think I found what it was. And so I finally went in and presented him with, like, here's everything. Please send me to a specialist. Please figure out what's wrong with me, because it's been so long and so much pain and nothing works, and it's just drawn out. And I said, I think that I have endometriosis. And he looked through, he had already read my file. He already looked through the last test that the last doctor did. Said, before you even came in here, I thought that you possibly could have endometriosis. Before you even showed up today. That's what ran through my head when I looked at your file again. And he knows me because he was there when I was pregnant, and he's the one that delivered my daughter. He had me for 9 months. So he said, well, you know what, here's what we can do. If it's not endometriosis, let's just get rid of the uterus anyways. Like, you're not having any more kids, let's just get rid of it. So on the 28th of November, so the day after Thanksgiving, they're gonna go in through my belly button and some more scars, like the same type of scars that I had, or not scars, but like cuts that I had when I had the gastric sleeve. They're going to do the same thing because they need to pull the uterus out of there, and they need to do a camera, and they can't do that through the like vaginal surgery that they do to do the uterus. So it's going to be a little more intensive, a little bit more painful and longer healing. It'll be kind of like going through the gastric sleeve surgery again, but it'll be worth it because I won't be in pain anymore. Because if it is endometriosis, they are going to go in, they're going to burn it all, and they're going to cut it out of wherever they can. And if it is endometriosis, there is a possibility that I will relapse not relapse, but I will get more lesions again later. Because the only cure for endometriosis is menopause. And I'm 29 years old, not really old enough for menopause. And they don't want to cause menopause in me yet, because that would mess up my bones and my heart and a whole lot of other things with my body. So they said that they will just get rid of anything that is endometriosis, if it is, like anything that is causing me problems, and then I won't have a uterus anymore to have any of the hormones going on and bleeding and all that. So that'll get rid of a lot of the problem. So that is the game plan. That's what I'm doing, and that's scary and it's exciting all at the same time. I was actually extremely relieved that someone was going to be cutting me open because that pain for like a week is way better than the pain I've been dealing with every single day of my life. Well, every single day of my life since I was like 9. But the really bad pain didn't start until like 4 years ago. So anyways, it's kind of funny that this is their pamphlets now. They give out CDs. I thought that was really, really funny. Like, they tell you all about the surgery by giving you a CD to go home and watch. It's like weird, and I do have insurance. It's like 80% will cover 80% of my surgery. So yeah, on another note, my other surgeries, like my skin surgeries and my boob surgeries and all of that, that's coming soon too. I have to pay a few things off, and once I pay those off, I'm actually looking probably in the next like 8 months that I'd really, really like to get those done. So, and working on the finances of that. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, life is good other than that. It's gonna be interesting, and you know, it's going to be interesting. That's all I can say, is it's going to be interesting for the next month or so. But I'm excited and nervous and scared again to have someone poking around inside my body. But it'll be good. Alright. Well, I'm going to go, and you guys have a good day. So I am now right around 25 pounds down. I hit 257. 157, that's a dream, right? Hopefully I'll hit it not too long from now. But, so, I guess, like I'm saying, getting a little bit nervous. Doing some laundry here, of course. So everything was kind of good, and then my step-grandmother, walked in to my work today and decided she needed a unit. Didn't know I was having the surgery because I just didn't tell everybody, because everyone has their own opinions, and already one family member hasn't been so supportive, but everyone else has been great. She walks in, and I told her, oh yeah, well, I'm going in for surgery in 2 days. And she wanted to know what the surgery was for, and I told her it was gastric sleeve. And she turned around and said, my friend died from that a few years ago. Like, that's really what I need to hear right now, because, you know, I've already put 20 grand out for surgery. And, yeah, I really want to hear that someone else has died from that surgery. Which it's not the same surgery, and the woman had other prior health conditions, which I don't have, and hopefully I don't die. You know, that's, I guess, part of the risk here, you know? I mean, you either kill yourself trying to lose all the weight naturally, or you risk killing yourself losing the weight through weight loss surgery, right? So I would rather do the surgery and know for a guarantee the weight is not going to come back as long as I keep up the good habits of eating healthy. I got really, really scared right before, because my grandmother, she decided to say that she had a friend die from the surgery and all these other things, and so all that was running through my head, and I was getting kind of concerned and kind of worried that am I going to be okay and all this, but I still said, you know what, I paid the money out already, I've got to do it. So I did it. Said goodbye to my kids in the morning, and we drove down, got there about noon, checked in, and then I went into surgery at 2, which it wasn't bad. I mean, it was pretty easy. They had to put in an IV line. They had to poke me a couple times because they couldn't get the IV in, but that's normal with my veins. And then they made me make sure that I had the pills that I was supposed to have the night before and things like that, and that I fasted until the surgery, and then everything was good. And the anesthesiologist stopped by, the surgeon stopped by, and everybody kind of stopped by and talked to me and make sure everything was checked off and then all my answers were right and then I was okay. And I was. So then the anesthesiologist came and he brought me to the room, and he said he was going to talk to me a little bit in there before we started the surgery. Well, I get like up on this table. I had to take my contacts out, so I couldn't see at all, because I really need LASIK because I can't see. I'm blind without contacts. And so I had my contacts out, so I couldn't really see what's going on, but I could see a little bit of the operation room. And they got me on the table, and I barely got to the point where I was even laying down, and where they started strapping my right arm in. And he's like, I'm going to give you something for anxiety here, you know, just so that you can relax. The next thing I know, I'm waking up in recovery. Like, it just went black. Like, I was gone. And, like, it was instant. Like, I have never been put to sleep before, and I didn't know it was so instant. But it was. So I came out of the surgery. I did not have a hernia at the top of my stomach, which means he didn't have to stitch or anything. And which is great, because now the heartburn stuff probably won't be as bad as if I did have that, and I don't. So that's a plus. When I came out, I was not doing so great. I was really uncomfortable and very unhappy. My husband has some pictures of me, like, right after I woke up, like, when they let him back. And he's like, he says I look like I was trying to kill him with my eyes. So, and I remember waking up just going like, oh my Lord, but I'm alive. So that's all that mattered. I'm alive.